Welcome to Pull the Pin Already War Room Edition. As usual, I'm your host Jim, and with me is again Mike.
Mit me is Mike.
Mit me.
Mit me is Mike. Yeah.
Murr. Hey Mike, do you want to see who's coming to join us in the War Room?
Oh, somebody's there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right.
I'm not even going to let you guess because you'll be right again.
Okay.
All right, let's bring him in. We got
Hello.
All right. Kaner.
with the intro, Kaner. And we got a special guest for you. Okay, I hope we don't need a translator.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're going to need one. Yeah.
So let's bring up the topics that have nothing to do with Afghanistan so that we can get a perspective from all the veterans here.
I think Akbar sees something happening in the country that we don't. Well, not most of us do.
Maybe he's a displaced refugee right now.
Yeah.
But he's a veteran, so he's allowed on the
I
show.
was going to make a very bad joke. He's one of the ones that had super glue on his hands when the plane took off.
Oh my God, that is a terrible joke because that is a tragedy.
Terrible, yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, so let's go to the first topic. Mike, you can call him out if you want. Voter fraud concerns mounting in tight California recall election. Now, just for the YouTubers out there, I'm not allowed to talk about voter fraud unless it involves Democrats being cheated.
Voter fraud concerns money. Hey, what do you think about that, Kaner?
I think that it's a serious concern. I absolutely think it's a serious concern. And once again, I think that if you need ID to buy beer, I think that you should need ID to vote, and that might eliminate some type of voter fraud.
All right. You have anything to say on that, Jim?
USA.
I don't have anything to say. Next topic.
This is for what's his face, right? McGavin Newsom or McCaven or I don't know what the guy's name is.
I was not going to ask the Taliban how they felt about that.
So, how do you feel about our election?
Yeah.
I think you did very well. I got lots of equipment.
So, I thought this Newsom guy was a sure out, but apparently now it's close enough that they have to worry about voter fraud.
Yeah. I think that's going to be unless a new confirmation, if you will, process is done, something that's maybe just coming down in a couple of years or so. This is going to be the new deal, man. Every time someone loses, it's going to be somebody going to mention voter fraud or something. Somebody stole the election.
But let me ask you, we've heard this a lot, Mike. So is the truth that it's been going on a lot and nobody's brought any attention to it now? Or is this really just starting now?
I would think it's the former. I think it's been going on for a long time. Yeah, I really do.
It's just getting called out now on social media because social media is so big now. You have a platform really quick to get it out there.
It's getting blatantly obvious, is what it appears to be. It wasn't as obvious at one point in time, and now it seems like it's quite blatantly obvious.
I have to agree. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So keeping with election problems, Arizona Supreme Court delays release of election audit records.
Did they say why? No, we don't know, right?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. I mean, they're delayed, so
right.
You can make up any reason you want. Remember, in the War Room, we get to pick the story.
Yep. I don't like that. What do you think about that? Oh God, Taliban official.
That means just like in my country, they're hiding something. They don't want something. There's something to try and redact before they release it.
Okay. What about you, Kana?
Well, I agree. It's clearly a red flag of some sort. To find out, I mean, it'd be nice to find out who, what, and why they're doing it, but I don't think we'll ever find out unless we, the people, start really buckling down and just saying that we're just fed up and we're tired of it.
Yeah.
It's just unreal. And
That's probably not practical, though, right?
well, to me,
Where's the tipping point?
It's a cop out.
But where's the tipping point? That's what I'm saying. You talk about the people have to get mad enough. Where's the tipping point?
Well,
January 6th.
hopefully I can give a plug to my boy Danny Boyd, and maybe he'll help us figure the tipping point out. Bongino, whatever, however you say his name.
Buongiorno. That's a
Buongiorno.
pizza. That's DiGiorno. That's a pizza.
Yeah, it's not delivery. It's Buongiorno or whatever.
Nate, you're going to be sweating over there, aren't you?
That Bon Jovi guy? Yeah.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
You're going to be sweating over there, Nate, aren't you?
No, I love the weather like this.
All right, you guys ready to move on?
Oh, yeah.
All right, this one's good because this still touches my heart. Herschel Walker declares Senate candidacy in Georgia, a top GOP target in 2022. Herschel Walker, New Jersey Generals.
What do you think about that there, Akbar?
I like the NFL. We get one channel in this country, NFL. I see Herschel Walker all the time. We don't have new TV yet. But next week, we will have all your satellites, too. And good for him. I don't follow Herschel Walker that much anymore. I know he's a great NFL player. I don't know what his, obviously, he looks like he's a Republican. And I think Georgia's a pretty Republican state, I think. So, I don't know how many run against him, but if he's a tough one, I'm all for it. But just don't. Is he the top candidate because he's Herschel Walker, or is he the top candidate because he's a very good Republican and the people want his leadership?
I would say a little bit of both, but that's just me. What do you think, Kana?
I think that, to be totally honest, is he a Republican or Democrat? I don't even know what party he stands for.
He's the top.
It says the top GOP. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's Republican.
Just from what I mean, I'm really not familiar with him. I know him from football, and that's about it. But I think that I think he's more of a normal person, and he's not a politician per se. And I think that we need more people like him to step it up and start getting involved in our country, because our country's fading away quickly, and it's scaring the piss out of me. And I think people like him are going to be the ones that step it up and maybe turn our country around and maybe put it back where we should be going.
But you think this is a slippery slope because all of a sudden now we're seeing, what Schwarzenegger did, that California thing. Now we're starting to see celebrities running for political power. So is this a place we really don't want to go?
How?
I don't want to go there. I'll say it, damn it. I don't want to go there because to me it's a demonstration of all the millions and millions of people in this country. You have to be a celebrity of some kind,
right.
Athlete now, actor, or whatever, to be able to run, not be able to run for office, but you use that to try to build a base on your political platform, and I'm like, nah. We got better people in our country that could lead this country, if you will.
Well, we can finally put one thing to rest. We're literally moving the entertainment industry together. Politics and entertainers are actually in the same party now, so that's at least resolved.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Mike. You are right, because there are a lot better candidates, but I mean this country's kind of turning into a joke as it is. So yeah, I see where you're coming from, because kind of looks when we're electing people like that, it kind of just adds the fuel to the fire that is kind of a joke.
Yeah.
And Kanye is changing his name, by the way. That guy that was going to run for president. That cracked me up. Side note.
Wow.
Forgot what it was.
The candidate formerly known as Kanye?
Something like that.
I wonder if he's changing it to Herschel Walker. Next topic.
Oh, man.
All right, Mike, I know you like talking about this one. Supreme Court orders Biden admin to reinstate Remain in Mexico policy.
Okay.
Effective 1.
Yeah.
It's not like Biden listens to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. So what do you think about that, Akbar?
Keeping my people out of your country. I don't like that. Because you Americans, very, very good. You're taking away one of my avenues to get into your country. It's very easy to cross that southern border with that great president you have right now.
What about you, Kana?
Deep in the heart of Texas. It's a very touchy subject to me because I just don't. I think it's great. I'm not going to get into it. I think it's great. It's wonderful. I hope that Biden follows it.
Enforce the laws that are on the books.
Yes.
Across the
Right.
board. Yep. Exactly.
That's it.
When is he going to visit the southern border?
Kamala did. She was about 800 miles away, but she was there.
Who's Kamala?
The Uganda, what is it? Is it wrestler? Kamala? Kamala? I don't know. But, yeah, well, once again, this goes and it proves another point. It proves a point that we had a policy and Biden administration put an end to it. So when Trump had a policy for Afghanistan and Biden's trying to say, well, he put this in place, it's not our fault. Well, you ended the border wall. You ended the policy for Mexican or to remain in Mexico. Well, why didn't you end that policy? You can't blame Trump. Stop it. Stop. You're already making yourself look stupid. So I'm glad it's happened. Anyways. Ready for the next one?
Yeah, next up.
I think
you didn't have anything to add, Mike?
No, it's politics.
I think Mexico needs a rule to remain in Guatemala or wherever else they're coming from. Even though their country too.
As long as they keep sending avocados, I'm all right, man.
Well, they come from Peru too.
I like the Mexican ones the best.
I haven't seen that commercial. Avocados from Peru. I haven't seen that commercial.
All right. Speaking of avocados, have you seen the cost of avocados? Well, let me tell you something. The Democratic-led House authorized $3.5 trillion of spending as national debt climbs to $29 trillion.
That's been climbing for I don't know how many presidents behind it. So you can't blame one person for that debt. That's on all of them.
Right, but it hasn't been climbing steadily. It's jumped quite a few times.
Well,
and let me guess. Now, what do you got to say about that, Kane? I can't.
Well, from what I read, I think that because we're on the verge of becoming old timers, just look at Jim's beard, you can see, you can tell. That money is supposedly to go into some type of a system so that we're going to still keep our Social Security. So, I mean, if that's the case, then fuck it, whatever. Avocados are going to be $10. We're going to at least get some Social Security money back, whatever.
Hey, I got a surprise for you, Mike. You're not curious? Like you're not going to say, what is it, Jim?
Oh, my bad. That was the cue. What is it, Jim?
God. It's a Ryan!
Oh, big country.
We all know Mike's curious.
Yeah.
Just not that kind of curious.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not allowed to ask still, I think. No, are you? Yeah, I guess you can ask.
I don't think it matters anymore.
Ryan knows. He doesn't ask anymore.
Awesome. So what do you think about that, Ryan?
I just walked in, so you have to catch
That doesn't mean you can't read, right?
Not very well. I was an infantry member.
Oh, Democratic-led House authorizes 3.5 trillion of spending as national debt climbs to 29 trillion.
No, it's just icing on the cake. Honestly, what's it matter anymore? It's all borrowed from China, anyways, right?
Well, the question is, are we going to run out of paper to print money on before we even hit a cap?
I mean, Jesus. Well, honestly, at this point, it doesn't matter. They've killed inflation. They've killed the national debt. They've killed everything in this country. It doesn't really matter. Don't bother me one bit.
Wow.
I mean, seriously, we're eventually all going to be Chinese for what we're doing. So,
Chinese.
yeah, man, we borrowed it up from Chinese. They probably owed a couple states.
Can we identify as Chinese? Is that possible now?
Only Mike.
Well, no. I'm going to say this: we are Americans. We can identify as anything we want.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
With the Taliban.
Yeah. I do like that outfit.
All right.
All right. What?
Let's go.
You got nothing else to say?
Oh no, nothing else to say. No.
Oh. You sure?
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding. All right, we'll go to the next one.
Well,
California has received tens of billions of dollars in federal COVID-19 relief that hasn't been fully accounted for.
Just California? Probably 49 other states, same thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tens of billions of dollars. What do you think about that, Kana?
I honestly, it's no different than fucking Cuomo using it to fund his lawyer team for his sexual harassment charges. So I'm not surprised, and I really got nothing to say. It's fucking ridiculous.
What about you, Ryan?
I mean, I would be surprised if it was accounted for. I really would be. I mean, if they could account for everything, tens of billions of dollars for California, that's like what, $50 in Georgia? I mean, there's nothing out there, man. Shoot. They think they got all the wildfires out there, so they figure they can cover it with all this stuff over here. You're watching this, they don't care about this.
Right. Well, I'll say this. I'm gonna go with what Akbar said. There's about 49 other states that you can say the same thing about. You know, but why they just chose California, I guarantee the next one they would have mentioned was New York. You know, but it's like, you know.
You don't think, Mike, though? You don't think there's some states that do it more than other states?
It's Democratic.
Does it matter?
Democratic states do that.
It matters in one reason. Like, for this, it matters to me in this reason. Like, let's say a state like Alabama is really bad at cheating, right? So let's say they're really bad at thievery and all kinds of other stuff. So they only manage to get $30 million to spend on whatever and make it disappear, when California gets $30 trillion or $1 billion. So then it matters, because then all of a sudden there's this pandemic, and all of a sudden the U.S. taxpayers have to pay every state again to bail them out. So who loses there? The bad cheaters.
Well,
So no, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. They're still stealing our money, but some states are just really bad at cheating. I think some are really good at it.
How is that any different than the topic we had before? And I said, just enforce the laws that are on the books.
No, you're absolutely correct. I'm saying that it shouldn't happen at all. It's
Right,
ridiculous that people aren't even mad about it.
Yeah, that's my stance, though. It's like,
Yeah.
See, man, it's like a political thing. And that's why I say, to me, it's like a waste of time to talk politics, because we pick and choose, right? If somebody talks about welfare is a subsidy given to people for whatever reason, justified or not, right? But it's okay to give a subsidy to a foreign country. It's okay to give a subsidy to farmers. You know, it's okay when we don't have an issue with that group of people over there. You know, it's okay. So it's okay for Alabama because they only did 30 million, but damn, California and New York, y'all just, that's like 100 million, you know, each. So that's worse, when to me, it's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same, man. A corrupt politician is a corrupt politician. And as long as we keep this divide going, where this group over here or this state is worse than that state, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why that's why we're up to 29 trillion now. That's exactly why. Because we only care about. I only care when Akbar now, Akbar's state does something wrong because his state goes, I don't even know, red or blue. You know, I only care about that, and that's the American way.
Well, I would even tell you nobody still cares.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh, okay, corruption as usual. Oh well."
Oh yeah, but okay, so that's perfect. You have a group of people right here who say, I don't care," and then the next group right here is they only care when a state that goes to the opposite side, Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter to me, right? If they do something wrong, California is doing something wrong. That's the focus. They're not as bad as South Dakota or whoever because they only had 10 million. California had 10 times that amount of money. You know what I mean? And we justify bad behavior depending on the team that we're on. And
in that context, it completely makes sense, and I'm fully on board with you that it shouldn't matter if it's wrong. It's wrong. I think there are times when it should matter on how much it was or what kind of. Because I mean, to make how much was it? Tens of billions of dollars disappear. That's pretty damn creative. So that alone should be like, well, how is California capable of making all that money disappear? Maybe the other states aren't. Now, that's different, though. That's more of a, how do we fix these problems? How do we keep it down to maybe 30 million instead of tens of billion? You know what I mean? So maybe it does warrant a little more attention because it is a higher number. But in the grand scheme of things, I agree with you. It shouldn't be done at all.
Not to me, and the main reason why, if you got Alabama, to stick with the hypothetical that you brought up, if they had those tens of billions, they would do the same damn thing because they just did it with 30 million. So to me, that's why I say it's no difference.
Well, right. It's if I try to bring it to a realistic, even policing, you know what I mean? If you find a drug dealer on the corner selling drugs, he's doing wrong, right?
Right.
But you find the guy who's supplying it, you're going after him. You're not going to spend all the resources and everything to look at the drug dealer because he's just selling drugs little, you know, I mean, it's still wrong, but you want the guy that's pushing out the drugs to all the dealers. You want the big guys that are taking advantage of it. So it's not that either one is right, but if you're going to spend your time worrying about something, I'd go after the big guys. Since we're not worrying about any of it, let's just go to the next question. Or the next headline.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, healthcare costs for America's veterans are skyrocketing.
What do you think about that, Kana?
Y'all are gonna tell me about it because I don't know nothing about it. What I don't know the VA hospitals and stuff. Is that what you're saying?
The cost to take care of Americans' veterans are skyrocketing.
Well, it's probably because I don't know. I'm really not 100% aware of it. But if I was to give my thought process, it's only basis of where I live. And my thought process would be, it's probably because we're like subletting or we're hiring companies to work for our veteran hospitals and all that. And so, I mean, like, why not just give veterans Medicare or whatever? Whatever. I mean, it'd probably be a lot easier that way than to have these VA hospitals where they're hiring out, contracting out. And I don't know what they pay. I really don't know what they do. But the VAs here, they contract out. They're not really VA employees. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
What do you think about that, big country?
You know, I agree with them 100% in the aspect that, and I don't want them to stop either because I hate VA service. I hate going down to the hospital. But, you know, with the community care programs and stuff like that, man, they're just spending the money in the community, which, why the hell this light just turned off? Somebody just turned off a light. I know. Hey, who turned off that light?
The VA heard you.
Yeah, I guess they did. They're like, oh, well, yeah, screw you. You get the power. But no, I mean it's true though. I mean, with all the community care programs and stuff like that, I mean they're constantly paying out, and I actually just tested that the other day. It's, as you guys know, I just got the 100%, so I just got the healthcare portion of it where I can go to the community cares and stuff. And man, I'll tell you, they paid everything. I mean, I had to go to the ER not too long ago. They paid that bill, So yeah, I can see how it's working out. And plus, the way they're pulling out of Afghanistan, it's got somebody that's pissed off. PTSD is like out here right now,
Yeah.
I can see them going a lot crazy right now. Yeah. I'm gonna figure out why the hell my life turned out.
Yeah, and that just to add to that is pretty good, and I probably do agree with you with that, because back in the day, I don't know how many Vietnam vets you all know, but a lot of the Vietnam vets I know, they didn't use they were too humble to utilize the VA and just use their own insurance. So maybe it is because of a lot of the vets coming back home and all that too. Maybe there's more vets utilizing it.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, my dad, he didn't get his Vietnam. He was a Vietnam vet. Didn't even get it with the VFW or the VA until about 3 years ago.
Probably
and he's in his
too
70s.
humble.
Yeah,
Too humble to do that. Yeah,
he came home, went to work.
I knew a lot of vets that they didn't apply for any benefits whatsoever, and a lot of them could have got 100%.
Oh yeah.
Too humble.
What do you think about that, Akbar?
I agree with both of them. I think more people are using it now, and they want that able to use the outside systems instead of going to the VA, which a lot more people are trusting these outside doctors than VA doctors. So they're taking the opportunity to go to these private doctors instead of the, I guess, public doctors, not military doctors. But yeah, I don't go to the VA.
Yeah.
I have my own health insurance, and I don't go to the VA.
Same here. I don't.
Don't blame you.
I also agree with give it a why not just give the vet something like TRICARE? I mean, it makes so much sense. You're already paying for it through Medicare. You pay through the VA.
Right.
Just give us a TRICARE card. Have a good day.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot cheaper, I think.
Oh, I agree.
Fucking shut the VA hospitals right down.
Yeah.
Don't even need them. Like when I go to the VA, a lot of times, because they're subcontractors, number one, I don't think they get us, and I don't think they appreciate us, and I don't think we're treated properly when we go there most of the time. I'm scared to go to the VA. If I go there, I think I'm probably going to die.
Yeah, I feel like a nuisance going there. I feel like I'm putting them out.
You're inconveniencing them.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like, really? Yeah, I don't even want to get into it.
Right.
What do you think about that, Jim?
Well, I think some of it's pretty obvious, right? I mean, once we opened up VA to go outside, people aren't waiting in line dying anymore. They're using outside resources. So obviously it's going to go up. I think a combination, and I think Ryan alluded to, I think more and more guys are, and I think, Mike, you've even complained about this too, more and more guys are PTSDing themselves to high benefits. Maybe claims they probably don't even deserve. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that PTSD doesn't exist or some of these people don't get it. But, I was in the Army. I know everybody didn't go to combat. I know everybody didn't. You know what I mean? So there's probably a lot of false claims out there. There's probably a lot of fraud out there. I mean, so none of this stuff is surprising.
Number one, every veteran could claim PTSD and get it just for fucking boot camp alone. They could probably get 20%. Just for boot camp alone. But I got PTSD, and they tried to coax me into fucking. Not that they tried to coax me, but they're like, "Did you have any bad sexual experiences? Did anybody touch you?" Or blah, blah, blah. It was like they were trying to get me to say, "Oh yeah, I got molested and everything, man." It was like they were trying to get me to coax me into getting more percentage. And it's
maybe they were trying to see what you'd say. You remember that camping joke?
Maybe they were, yeah.
If you went camping and you woke up with a used condom in your butt, would you tell anybody?
I'd tell the world.
Well, if it was a micro mini condom, I know it was you, so it would be no big deal.
Have to have the pull the pin logo on it. Pull the condom.
Okay, next topic.
All right.
This
is a good one.
Pulled up the scarf, right?
Biden maintains effective immediately COVID vaccine for all U.S. military personnel.
Yeah, so this one coming.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, big country?
I thought it was already in place. I'm surprised to find out it wasn't. I thought,
Yeah.
I know when I first went through medic school, they said we had the most dummies of anybody, right? And they do. They stick you with all sorts of crap. Why now are they just not doing this? That should have been something. I would have expected the military to be the first person to get that, the first people to get that shot. Before even congressmen, because they wanted to test it on us first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked it didn't have it before, man, honestly. But
what do you think about that, Akbar?
I think which one just got approved by FDA? Pfizer?
Yep.
yeah,
There you go. So now FDA approved it, so now they can enforce it on you. So I wonder if they're only going to get the Pfizer vaccine, or if they're going to give you, yep, here's COVID vaccine. We're not going to tell you which one.
Right.
that's a good point.
Well, can I get caveat on that? Because what I understand is now that Pfizer has an approved vaccine, from what I understand legally, the other two can no longer exist as emergency because there's no need for an emergency when we have an approved vaccine.
That's another good point.
Legally, that's what I heard from the lawyers on that channel. That should go away. So there should only be one vaccine now.
So pretty soon the other two are going to be FDA approved, you're saying?
Once it's approved, there's no need for an emergency vaccine.
Right.
Unless, of course, maybe they say we don't have enough vaccine, which they probably do that.
So what they're saying, the other two are going to be FDA approved pretty soon.
Probably, yeah.
I heard that too. I heard they're like 2 weeks out. So,
What do you think about that, Kana?
I got two things. Number one, I don't know, any of y'all take like multivitamins?
yep.
And check and see if that's FDA approved. So my thing for FDA approval, suck a dick. But then for big country, I do agree with you that, I had discussed this with a couple of veterans, veteran buddies myself. I think that if you're in the military, as of right now, it should be a choice. And if you don't get it, follow the protocol and do what you got to do, bro, just like you did before the vaccine. If you're going into the military now, you don't have a choice. Get your vaccine and deal with it. Get in line. Get that extra shot, bro. But I think if you're a veteran, I think if you're in the military right now, before that, I think you should be grandfathered in and have a choice as to having the COVID shot or the vaccine or not. But if you're going into boot camp today, you're getting the shot, bro. Deal with it. My opinion.
Yeah.
So you saying they should have a choice and they don't want to get the shot? You're talking about military.
I'm saying if I'm in the military still right now, I'm saying I should have a choice whether to get the vax or not.
And if you don't, it's MOP 4, 24 hours.
And if I don't, then I need to follow the protocol like the DOD has done in the past before the vaccine, and have to wear the mask and all that. But I'm not in, so it doesn't matter. But the fact of the matter is, I think there should be a grandfather clause that you at least give them the respect of the choice.
Okay.
But if you're going into today or going on whenever that mandate came into effect, that you got to do it. Too bad. Fucking deal with it.
I'm waiting to find out what they do to DOD civilians and contractors.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Right. No, I get it. It's a touchy subject.
Mike, I wanted to ask you, Mike, you think that's going to affect the numbers in the military? I mean, are people just going to line up and be done with, or?
No.
Not at all.
There'll be a lot of extra duty going on.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of extra duty, or just a lot more people when they hit that ETS date, then they're just going to get out.
But it's a good way to get a little sick time. Just be like, oh, I'm sick every time you get the shot. Be a good way to get off some duty, I guess. So
2 days.
I probably would have done it just for that.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yep.
Everybody?
What's the next here, Jim?
Well, the next one's the last one. It's always Mike's favorite. Mike loves these. And this one's a classic. This one's a classic.
I'm letting y'all know right now. I'm going to Akbar first.
All right, this one's a classic. Never mind, baby sues Nirvana over cover shot, alleges child porn.
God.
Never mind.
You don't remember the injured Nirvana, the little baby in the swimming pool?
Naked Baby, yeah.
Naked baby in the swimming pool?
Yep.
No.
That was their first cover,
Oh
man.
my God,
Right.
Mike, are you kidding me, man? Some of your army boys had to have had that while you were in.
Maybe if I saw the picture, yeah, but no, doesn't ring a bell.
Jesus.
Well, Mike, you're in luck.
Nirvana album cover.
You are in luck, Mike.
He's going to put it up on there, aren't you?
I'm going to share it for you briefly.
Don't get Joe charges on you now. For
But you can go ahead and share while I get this ready. You can ask them.
Yeah, so what do you think about that, Aqua?
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was pretty risky to show a kid and his private parts hanging out on the album cover to begin with in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was, 20, 25 years, 30 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was. A long time ago. But, I mean, did statute of limitation run out yet? I don't even know.
You ready for it, Mike?
Yeah.
Can't see
Well,
it.
let me see if I can move
No,
this.
you're good.
Well,
you
you can't.
get the idea. You can see. You know what else comes up there. We don't need to be.
Yeah, you
chopped.
can't see it all, but there's gender parts here. Or well, the old
okay.
gender parts.
Yeah, it does show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
No.
It was
But in today's day and age, it's child porn, right? Everybody with that album is going to get charged.
Yeah, they can get it. I guess.
It's digital now, baby. I don't have that album.
Oh, everybody's got it then. Heck, I might get charged. I just showed you guys.
Right.
So what do you think about that, Big Country?
I remember thinking back in the day how they got that away with that. It just because it is child porn to that avenue. I mean, there's people out there, probably sickos out there doing some nasty shit to an album cover at this point. But I mean, just think about it. That was my thought back in the day: is how the hell they get away with that? But if it wasn't done 20 years ago, obviously his mom and dad made some kind of agreement to have that put on that album cover. There's a contract in place to have that kid there.
Yep.
He's pissed off at how about what he's got left from that deal. I'm sorry for him, but
Yeah.
your parents screwed you. You need to sue them. They're the ones that put you up on that album cover.
Yep. They signed that agreement.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They
What do you think
allowed
about
you
that?
to be exposed.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about that, Kana?
I agree with Big Country though. I mean, first of all, how the fuck did they get away with that shit
Mhm.
back in the day? Number two, I was just listening to a radio show today about that, and from what I understand, that guy has a son the same age as what he was when that picture was taken, and that's one of the reasons why he's acting the way he's acting. And number two, from what I understand, he did a photo shoot, a 20-year reunion photo shoot of that cover. I don't know where it's at. Or
Yeah,
how
there's another one on. Yeah, there's one of an older man doing the same thing. Yeah,
that's him. And
That's
and
him.
I think if you're gonna do that, then it must not be as serious as you're acting out as it to be. And so I think with him doing that validates the fact that it wasn't that big of a deal, and there had to have been some permission shit going on. And I don't know. I'm sure he's going to win the suit because we're in a fucking liberal, horrible society where we can identify as whatever the fuck we want and lie about our feelings till we get paid. So it's unreal that we got away with it. They got away with it. So I don't know.
Okay.
That is true. I mean, we live in a society these days where that all they got to do is the statute of limitations of the criminal code. I'm sure is gone, but you can always civil sue it. I'm sure he'll win just because we live in a society now where it's all of a sudden Nirvana's fault his parents signed that, not his parents, right? Pass the buck of responsibility. That's where we live.
And now he's using his kid as that bait.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't. Well, my kid's that age that I was at, and blah blah blah. And whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta acknowledge his swimming skills.
At that age, yeah, he was good, wasn't he? Like a fish. Chasing that dollar bill, baby.
Yeah. Still doing it. You're going after that almighty dollar.
That's it.
All right,
Yeah.
Mike, you got nothing else to add or what?
Nah, nothing else on that one, man.
We gonna expect a photo shoot from you or what?
That is fucking funny. That is ironic, man. Now that motherfucker 30 years later is chasing money.
That's it. That's it.
Projection.
Yeah.
All right, then. So let's wrap this up. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us for the War Room. Thank you all for tuning in. Come join us next time. PullThePinReady.com. Get involved. And till then, Godspeed.
Hey, and pull the pin.
Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.